Hey, it's Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and I'm joined by
Chris from NSOK. Hello.
your album Arms has been out a while now. How pleased are you with the responses from media and fans?
Yeah, it's been out for quite a long time now. I think it has been 9 months now since it's out. So yeah, meanwhile we can tell that people really love it, and we can also tell that more people are coming to our concerts, and yeah, we got more attention online and on social media. So this was probably the most successful album we had so far, and it was already album number 4. So we're really happy and really pleased.
I love the meaning and the depth in your songs. Is there one main songwriter, or is it like a joint effort?
Well, yeah, there's a main songwriter, but that's me in this case. But there's still influence from all the members, especially when it comes to the time in the studio where we sit together and everyone is recording their parts or writing their parts. Then the influence from the other guys goes into the songs as well. And yeah, but usually the main structure or the main melodies and stuff is coming from me. Because it also makes sense because I'm the guitarist and the singer, so it's already 2 of the main instruments. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and then I send it to the other guys, and they are always like, "Yeah, that's really cool. Let's do it." Or sometimes they're, "Oh no, that's not so good. Do something else." And yeah, so this is how it works for us.
Which 2 tracks from Arms would you play me if I'd never heard of your band before?
That's a good question. Probably Coma Blue and Unaware, because these were the first singles, and we really had a hard time choosing the singles, because everyone has his favorite tracks on this album because they're so different songs, and it was really hard to pick the singles, because if you choose one song as a single, then you choose 10 songs for not being the single, and it's always hard to make this decision when you're really happy with all the songs. So, but I would choose these 2 because it's maybe the best. What's the English word? I think it's like not average, but like you can get the it's the best middle, I guess, of the sound, like, compared to all the songs.
course, the videos are always pretty awesome as well. Do you have a lot of involvement with the ideas and production?
Actually, yeah. I'm also, besides writing the songs, I also usually direct the videos. This started with the very first music video we made, which was Sky in 2012, and we were asking ourselves like who should do the video so good that we are happy for it. And who would do it for cheap because we had no money. We're still a poor band, but back in the days we had no money at all. So I decided to do it myself, and I really enjoyed it because when I was a kid, I really wanted to become a director when I'm older. So I'm kind of fulfilling this dream right now by doing all these music videos. And I have a really good friend from Latvia. His name is Pavel, and he's a great cameraman, and he did some great stuff on these new videos. We did Four Arms. For example, in the Coma Blue video, he had this crazy idea of doing a kind of a one-shot video with the camera flying around all the time, and the band members disappear and appear in different spots all the time, and the camera goes around or turns around in 360 degrees. So you get a bit dizzy when you watch it, but it's a lot of fun and it's really crazy.
But recently out on tour as well. Is there a show that stands out from all of the rest?
Okay, I can pretty much tell that the last tour we had was in Russia, and there was one show we had in Moscow actually, which was probably one of the craziest shows we've ever had. Because there were so many people, I think nearly 1,000 people, and for us playing in Russia and in Moscow is like really far away. It's a completely different country, and then we go there and have no idea how many people are coming, and the venue was packed and people went totally nuts. So this is something, if you don't expect it, and then you go on stage and you have all these crazy people singing the songs with you, then this is a moment you actually never forget. I mean, we have more people coming in our hometown, but it's something else or it's something different because you expect people to come at your hometown show, but when you're so far away, then this was crazy. But also we've toured so many countries. We've toured Japan and the US and UK, of course, and so there's always these big cities like London or Tokyo or New York or Los Angeles, and we've all had them, we all played them last year, and this is something when we started the band we would have never expected. When you start a band in a small town in Germany, you are like, maybe we can play in the capital of Germany, in Berlin someday, and then when you see what happens, meanwhile, this is really cool.
Living the dream, man. Living the dream. Do you like best about touring, and how do you rate the importance of being seen live and meeting fans whenever possible?
I think what I like about touring the most is that you play music every day and you see different people every day, and you play for different people every day. So this is like the main thing about it, actually, and this is what I love about it, because that's you work so hard for an album. You sit there in the studio, you write the songs, you record the songs, you shoot the videos, and you put so much money and time and effort in it. And sometimes you ask yourself, why the fuck am I doing this? I'm really tired, and then there comes the moment when you go on tour and you have all these people who were listening to these songs you made, and then they go crazy in front of you or together with you in the venue, and then this is where you kind of get your payment for all of this. Like, you get paid back all the work you put in it, because it's such an amazing feeling. And I think if you're in a band and if you had this one day, then you know what I mean. So this is actually what I love the most. And of course, talking to fans after the show is what we always do. We go to the merch table or something after the shows and meet all the fans there. And this is also a really important thing for us. Just because especially when you are so far away, when we played in the US, for example, in some small cities, people are coming and we're waiting for us to play there for like maybe 5 years or something, and then if we would just play the show and then go backstage and hide ourselves, this wouldn't be fair, kind of. And so then we just go out and meet the people, and they are always really happy and tell us how long they are fans and what's their favorite songs. And this is really important for us.
That's brilliant. I mean, what are your feelings on some bands charging fans with meet and greets?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would never do this, but yeah. I mean, as a band, sometimes you have to think about ways to get some money, because especially as a small band, because being a musician is really tough, because you have to work besides being the musician, because otherwise you wouldn't have money at all. And so there are ways to finance a band, and if this is one and the band is cool with it, then why not? But especially with the big people, like, I mean, I don't know an example yet now, honestly, of a band doing this, but if it's a big band, then I don't really know if this is cool. I have really no opinion about it.
What, you sort of answered this already though, but I don't know. What do you feel has been your biggest accomplishment so far with Annisokay?
That's a good question, because there's so many things. I think there's not one big accomplishment. Today, which is a really fun fact, today 10 years ago, like on this day 10 years ago, we had our very first show, and this was in a small town really close to my hometown, and there were maybe 50 people coming, and we were really not afraid, but really excited. And I remember this show like it was yesterday, and and when I look back at all these 10 years now and see what happened to us, then it's really, really crazy and really cool, and I'm kind of proud of it. And but also I think we're still not a huge band, There's still so much more we could do and we could reach. So I'm rather looking forward still than looking back at the time we had and at the accomplishments we had. So we're also planning on new stuff, which is maybe happening next year. So there's still a lot to come.
Has grown to realize all our breaths have flown. All traditions can be broken down, playing the only game in town. Tell me what makes a one person. Everyone is a unique version. We get lost in the human crowd. We get lost. We get lost. Routine is bittersweet as we feel more and more incomplete. All traditions can be broken down, losing the only game in town. Tell me why don't we ignore the bad? Everyone has it on their own hands. We get lost in the human crowd. We get lost. We get lost
there any instrument, genre of music you'd like to play but haven't had the opportunity as yet?
I love playing the piano because when I'm writing songs, I actually use it a lot for writing. But always I'm I'm really fast at my limits, like being able to play as good as I wish. So that's kind of sad because when I was 8, I started learning piano and I was learning it for 8 years. And then when I was 16, I stopped because I thought it's uncool. And then I picked the guitar and learned playing the guitar, which I thought was way cooler. And now, many years ago or many years later, I kind of forgot how to play the piano correctly. So, this is really sad. And I wish I would be able to play it really good because it's a cool instrument now. Back in the days, I thought it's not cool. So,
which are your 2 favourite albums of all time, and what have they meant to you personally?
the first thing that comes in my mind is this Limp Bizkit record, which is called Significant Other. It came out, I think, now I'm probably saying something wrong, but I think it came out around 2000, or maybe 99. I don't know, but it's it's an old record. But I was really young at this time, and this was the time when I started playing the guitar, and I was listening to their songs, and I watched all the videos. Back in these days, we had no YouTube, so I was trying to find all these videos on MTV and stuff. And then I was trying to figure out how he plays all this stuff on guitar, and I was trying to play the songs. And so this is a really important album for me because it also, I think it still influences me when I write songs. And so another one, maybe it's hard to pick. There are many cool albums. I love not the one, the Bring Me the Horizon records, not the one that came out recently, the one before. Now I forgot the name. Well, that's The Spirit, I think.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent, man. What are you listening to these days yourselves? Old classics or modern bands?
Honestly, I really don't listen to music at all at the moment. It's really weird. I'm working, my daily job is a music producer, and I kind of have to listen to music all day long, mixing songs and producing songs and having bands in the studio. So I rarely sit down and just listen to music, which is really sad because I wish I would still enjoy it at this time. But for some reason, meanwhile, I don't really listen to music. And if I do, I'm just doing it for some kind of research reason.
Yeah.
It sounds so sad, but it's weird. I analyze songs meanwhile, and sometimes there's a moment where I just like a song really much, and then I forgot about it, and don't think not I forgot about it. If I listen to a song which I really enjoy, then I stop analyzing and then I just enjoy it. But this happens really rarely. And the last time this happened was with the Nihilist Blues song from Bring Me the Horizon, and that was the moment where I decided, we should do a cover of this song. That's 3 days later we released the cover version, which went pretty good on social media. I think it has 500,000 views already, which is really cool.
Wow. I mean, it is difficult. I mean, I review albums and that, but to be honest with you, I still listen to your album regularly when I'm down the gym. It's really good to work out to. It really is. I mean, it is 9 months on. I didn't realise it was so long. Festival or small intimate gig?
Oh, fuck. It's so hard to tell. Both have their good sides, but I would choose festival.
Vinyl or digital?
Digital.
Oktoberfest or Wacken?
Definitely Wacken.
Cool. Beer or Frankfurters?
Beer. Beer always.
Yeah. Okay, we're next one then. German beer or Belgian beer?
Oh wow, interesting. Oh, the Belgian beer. Can you tell me one?
Duval, which is like a common one, isn't there? Duval Lef, which is a white blonde. Oh my god, I can't think. Jepla, I love Jepla. Maze.
Well, I just say Belgian beer because I'm interested in it.
Thank you so much for your time. Do you have any final words for your fans and our listeners?
Yeah, I mean, thank you for listening to this interview and for being interested in my band. And yeah, when you're first listening to our band or first heard of NSOK, then yeah, you should just check us out on YouTube probably, which is the best way, or Spotify. And if you're already a fan and if you like what we do, thank you so much for being a fan, and thank you so much for supporting us, because this is what motivates us to keep it going. And yeah, have a good night. This is Chris from NSOK, and you're listening to Metal Gods Meltdown.
Climbing up the walls to escape the sinking feeling, but I can't hide from the nihilists at my door. Buried in the basement floor, didn't know what I had planned. It blossomed the fall, the heart of the Cold War.
To the floor. Someone else's address.